Hello everybody and welcome in my kitchen. Today we're going to fill little dishes with something you all know and you've all had, mac and cheese, and we'll do quite a few varieties, so you'll be surprised. Welcome to my kitchen, everybody. I hope you took a little bit of time and you're going to be watching what we're cooking today. My guest is Melissa.
Hi,
Thank
Esther.
you so much for coming.
I'm so excited to be here. You don't have to ask me twice to come and have a meal cooked by Esther.
I love it. I love it. Love it. I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a little while, Esther.
Yes, it has. And I knew you had a baby, but that's a while ago.
Well, 5 months.
Yeah, that's the new one.
That's the new one.
Because I only knew about the other one.
Well, you know, I just snuck her right in there.
What's her name?
Her name is Tenley. So I had a little girl this time. I have a little boy and a little girl now.
And what's the boy's name?
Preston.
We should have little babies on the show. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, the producer's giving us the evil eye right now.
Are they?
Note to the baby. You know, it might be really cute. We could do high chairs.
Yeah, we could do it. And you know the surprise effects, right?
True. You always get surprises.
You could be sure there's something good happening.
Every mother at home right now is cringing, going, no, because they know they've taken their little ones to restaurants and it's a disaster.
Sure. Kitchens are easier than restaurants. Right?
True.
Yeah,
so talk to me a little bit about mac and cheese. I'm excited.
Mac and cheese? Well, you know what? In order to do mac and cheese, we're going to bake it. I'm going to get these little elbow macaronis going.
Okay.
You don't have to wait for them too long. See, I grew up in Germany, so mac and cheese is not what it would be in Canada for everybody.
A lifeline?
Yeah, that comfort. That kind of thing. And I have to say, I was never really a fan. I'm embarrassed to say it, I wasn't. And then a few years ago, I spent a week in Paris, which I try to do once a year.
Oh, good for you. I love Paris.
Oh, yeah. What's not?
I've only been, it's so true. It's the city of love. Amour.
Isn't it? It's actually, next week is my birthday, and it's 1 year ago that I had the most wonderful week in Paris last year, which is amazing.
And for your birthday, that was amazing.
That was my big 60s, so I had to do something. I thought if I'm out of the country,
you won't be turning 60. So I get that.
59A, 59B, 59C, that kind of thing.
That's creative. I like that.
I like that too. So I went and felt like a little lunch, ended up in a little place, sitting outside in November. You know, they do that. They have
the little cafes.
And there's little plastic walls and heaters inside, and you can still enjoy being outside in Paris in the winter. Beautiful.
That's nice.
So I had lunch all by myself, and on this menu was mac and cheese. And I thought, no, this is not fair. This is Paris.
Yeah.
And it said these varieties, and it says mac and cheese with foie gras, with goose de la pâté, and I thought, okay, mac and cheese. Like, it's a pretty hefty meal by itself.
Well, leave it to Paris to turn mac and cheese couture, though.
Oh my God, yeah. So I had that, and I tell you, oh my God, was it ever good. And ever since, I've cooked mac and cheese at home with what have you in it, even leftovers from the day before.
Really?
Make it a big dish, and so I thought we can play a little bit with that.
Well, I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a very consistent cook, and I'm not a great cook. So what I know, I stick to, because I'm always afraid to step outside of my comfort zone when it comes to this.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I used to be that way. And then when you start playing with food, you figure out, hey, doesn't matter. The worst that can happen is, well, you dial 1-800 pizza, or it turns out into something really nice. Now, for the mac and cheese, are we boiling? Might turn that up a little higher, and make sure they don't stick to the bottom. And I just sautéed red peppers, zucchini, and a bit of onion.
That looks amazing.
Just put that in, and we're going to use half a tomato in the center.
So I see some meat here as well. Are you planning on putting?
Yeah, fish and meat, and I'm a meat lover.
Oh, so am I. I also am a big meat lover.
I had roast chicken yesterday, so I'm going to just cut up a bit of that to go into one version. And I thought, I always put a a half a lemon and a bunch of rosemary inside the chicken. When I roast the chicken, I like that.
For the flavor, good idea.
And I thought maybe we can get that flavor into the mac and cheese as well. So we're going to just chop it up. And you could do that, I believe, with any meat.
Yeah, really.
I just happen to have...
You are a big fan of rosemary. I see some of it around here.
Oh, yeah. I try to grow it year-round, and it doesn't work that well for me. In the summer, on my windowsill, I have a good dozen of herbs, and they're happy there. In the winter, not so much. They get all sad, so I have to use them up.
I wish I had more of a green thumb.
Well, all they need is water, really.
I know, and I've heard it's really foolproof. Yeah. So it doesn't take that. Good to know.
Or you have to just eat them fast enough and keep replacing, you know, keep seeding and...
Right.
Yeah. So we're going to try this. I'm going to just want a little bit of citric acid on the chicken. The other version is going to be salmon smoked. You don't need to cook that ahead, but we'll cut it up a little bit.
That'll be interesting. Fish and mac and cheese. Okay.
Well, you eat seafood pasta, right?
Yes.
So really, it's not that far-fetched. I have not tried that specific one yet, but I know it'll taste good to me.
I'm looking forward to it. Yes, absolutely.
I think your main item in your mac and cheese that makes it love it or hate it is your sauce.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just whip up the cheese sauce, and with the cheeses, of course, you can use any cheese you want, anything you like. Mix the cheeses. I have 3 here. I'm using Parmesan and a medium cheddar and a Swiss cheese that I should grate. I'm just seeing that. Could have done that beforehand. Excuse me. And
yeah, maybe an Asiago or a Gouda.
Anything that melts will just be fine in there. So I'm doing the same sauce for all dishes because we're limited to a half an hour here. But you pick what you like.
Okay.
And the sauce is easy to make. You make a little roux with just butter and flour. You let that cook for a few minutes. You add your cream or milk, and you add your cheeses. Stir until it's melted, and that's pretty well it.
And that sounds very healthy.
Taste it. It is. Cheese is good for you.
It's true.
It's good for you. You taste it. You see if you want to add some salt, add some pepper. A little bit of nutmeg you could add if you like that. Breadcrumbs and butter. We'll mix a bit because we're going to top these with buttered breadcrumbs. Make the topping crispy. Okay, so let's get the pasta drained.
Okay.
So they'll go right back in here. And then we can start playing with them.
All right.
Oops. I'm in my own way. That shouldn't be here. Making a noise. When the arms are too short. Okay. Bowls we have prepared for, how much do we need to fill these little guys? Scoop and a half each?
Max.
Max? Well, we could do 2 each, you know, in case we like one really.
But if we put too much, they're going to want us to share.
Oh, but yeah, I forget there's people behind there too. Hello, Deanne.
I'm teasing. I'm happy to share. Believe it or not, I've already had lunch today.
You did? That's disappointing. Come on.
I knew I had faith in myself that I wasn't going to slow down.
That is so sad.
I can do this.
That's so sad. Let's quickly make that sauce. So for the cheese sauce, quick and easy, butter. We're going to let that melt. Even parts butter and flour to make a roux. You want to wait until the butter is just melted. Don't let it go brown, or your sauce will look really, really dark. You don't like that. In goes the flour. Stir it well. You add your milk. Let it come to a boil so it thickens a little bit. And because I like nutmeg, I'm adding a little bit into my sauce. So this is almost coming to a boil. Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese. Let's not waste any. And a bit of Parmesan. And we're going to need a little more milk. And here we go. Once it starts to want to boil, I'm adding a touch of pepper. We're ready to go. We can turn the stove top off, and the rest will all happen in the oven. So, smell this.
I can smell it. Yeah, that's
do
magnificent.
A cheese fondue with this too, you know. Why do we?
That's a good idea.
You want to be generous with the sauce because, as you know, the pasta will absorb some of it.
Yes.
So let's just see what that looks like. I like it not runny, but not dry either. So I don't want it to sit in sauce.
Yes,
but I also want it kind of like so.
Wet enough so the noodles slide together.
Yes.
Yes.
And because I know once we put it in the oven, they'll absorb some. We're just going to add a drop to each of those bowls.
Okay.
And I think then we'll be happy the way it comes out.
So explain to me the oven. Why? Now I would be done my mac and cheese at this point.
Yes, and you could be.
Okay.
You're done. You can eat this and you're fine. Would you like to try some?
Absolutely.
Just as is?
But in the oven, is that to bake our exterior ingredients that we're adding?
Well, I want to add the ingredients and heat them up, and I also want to add a little bit of a crispy
crust. Ooh, I'm excited.
Crunchy, crunchy. So this is pretty plain, and we're going to do a plain version. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
But the plain will also have some breadcrumbs on top.
Okay.
So we'll start with the easy one. Do you like square or round?
Ooh, round, please.
Round, please. There you go.
Where do you get all these creative little dishes?
Oh, I buy them as
Everywhere?
I see them. I don't go look for things, but when I travel, I like to shop.
I bet.
So whenever I see something that I
comes home
like,
with you.
I'll get it.
How many times have you had to get an extra bag to bring home?
Yes. Well, I've learned now. I don't do that anymore. I mail myself a parcel. So here's your plain mac. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. I had the great fortune of traveling to Italy, and we were there for
where in
18
Italy?
days. We were in a few different spots, but now that you've just asked me,
Tuscany?
absolutely. Yes, we stayed in a beautiful place in Tuscany. That's where the wedding was that we went to.
Oh, you went to a wedding
I
there?
did, on a cliff, and it was, honestly, like out of a book. It was that good.
That sounds like heaven, yeah.
It was beautiful.
You took lots of pictures?
San Margarita, is that a... That's right? Anyway, yes, of course, lots of pictures. Italy, you don't miss pictures.
Yes.
But what I remember most, and it sounds awful because it was such a beautiful spot, is the food. Esther, I came home and I'm telling you, food didn't have a taste for 3 weeks.
I know. It's freshness, I think.
It's very fresh. I don't even like tomatoes, and in Italy I learned to like tomatoes because they were such a different taste.
They have the sun to make them ripe. They're not being shipped as far as we have to ship things here because the distances are so huge. There, it's still a lot of local, and things are only fresh once.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So the faster you get to food after you harvest, the more flavor you're going to have. And it's difficult here just simply because everything's so far apart.
Right.
Right? Look at Canada in the winter. We
very
can't grow
true.
much unless it's in greenhouses, right?
Which is different because then, like you said, you're missing the sunlight
Different
and you're
structure,
missing the...
all different. It's nice too, but it's different.
Yeah.
So the flavors are definitely different. And for me,
more heightened, I find.
of course. And plus we're on vacation, we take more time to really
Enjoy it.
taste, right?
Yes, and they serve bread with every course, which I was a huge fan
And
of
the
that.
bread isn't so bad either.
Yeah, the food was good. And I think too the seasoning. Like, well, salt is a huge addition down there. Everything gets
Yeah.
lots of salt.
Yeah.
So that was really, that adds to the flavor
And
a
it
great
elevates
deal.
all the other spices a little too,
Absolutely.
doesn't it? So because this is just chicken, we're going to give it some of the herbs that I fortunately still have growing on my windowsill.
Which herbs are they?
This is a mix of basil, rosemary, and parsley. Number 2, so that's our chicken.
Okay. The
One
mac
vegetable.
and cheese plain is magnificent, by the way.
You're trying it, and I haven't even tasted it.
I'm
How can I
sorry.
do- No, I'm not blaming.
Bad
I'm
table
just
manners.
saying- no, this is me being forgetful. I should. I tasted the sauce, though.
It is quite nice.
Yep. The pasta will cook a little more when it's in the oven, so it'll be just right.
Now you're a professional, so I'm going to assume
am
that
not.
when it comes to, no, you seem like one.
Not at all.
When you're standing there pouring ingredients in by eye, for me that would be tricky. Is there a way to go
Really?
wrong on a cream sauce?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is it? Because if I go home and try this, I'm not going to set the place on fire or anything, am I?
On the
Smoke alarm
cheese
be yelling
sauce,
at me?
really, you want to make sure you have the same amount of butter and flour. So 3
Okay.
tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, or 1 and 1 or 2 and 2,
There's your
depending
secret.
on how much.
Okay.
And then you add your milk, and you see when it thickens how much milk you want to add. You can always add a little more, so go slow.
Right.
And it wants to cook for a few minutes anyway, so you don't taste the flour anymore. And then you add your cheeses. You see it.
Happening.
You know what you're looking for. You
Right.
want this cheesy,
Consistency.
creamy, but still flowing. Right?
Yep.
You don't want it thick, but you want it
Yeah, it's not a
Somewhere in
dip. It's not
between.
a sauce, or it's not like a cheese dip. It's
right. It's
gotcha.
supposed to still flow. But again, if you like it thicker,
Go for it.
go for it.
Okay.
Right? If you like it thinner,
So
just add a little bit of milk.
The butter and the flour is the secret.
That's to start your roux. That determines what your texture is going to be. And then all flavor. You do a bechamel sauce the same way, with just cream and then seasoning added. Or a lot of sauces are based on a roux, on just that.
Okay.
So here's our vegetarian version that I think it's going to be delicious,
It looks delicious.
even for a meat lover like me. I roasted tomatoes because they take a little longer, as this dish will take to finish baking in the oven.
Okay.
So I cheated a little. They were just in the oven for about 15 minutes with salt, pepper, a touch of olive oil.
And presentation, obviously, everybody knows, is sort of the center of where this all goes.
That's the fun part. Right?
Yeah.
So we'll do this. And the last one is going to be our salmon.
Is this capers?
These are capers. Are you okay with
Absolutely.
capers?
But
Good.
do you find the two belong together?
I love
'Cause
salmon and
you
capers
do see a
together.
lot of that on any
Salmon
menu.
is a high-fat fish.
Mm-hmm.
The sourness, it's not really sour, but that
the tangy taste almost
tangy,
too.
thank you, that's what I was looking for, of the capers, it offsets it a little bit. And the texture is nice when you bite on one.
Yes.
I just enjoy them. Okay, salmon, and I'm almost done making a mess here.
Well, you've done a beautiful job. They all look amazing. I cannot wait.
Now we'll taste them all. We'll see which one is our favorite. So we're gonna just bring all this into the oven.
Excellent.
And then we're gonna see in about, say, 10, 12 minutes how
Okay.
it turns out. And we'll taste it together with you guys.
I feel like a little kid at Christmas.
You do. Me too. I'm hungry now. Welcome back. So now we get to the good part. The hard work's done. Now we're going to get to taste some of this. What would you like to start with? We have salmon, we have sautéed vegetables, we have plain, and we have chicken.
Let's go for the sautéed vegetables.
Okay, that's the one with the tomato. I asked you earlier if you like spicy, and you do, so I'll let you taste it as is,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna let you have some.
I just love the presentation. I love that little board.
Oh,
I'm not
thank
a
you.
wonderful chef, but I think if you put things on a nice little board like that, people don't even notice.
Well,
maybe the food was good, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Did you see that little wooden plate?
But you know, it's functional too. I love pretty when it's functional, and
Makes
I think
sense.
it's very difficult to get that. The only reason I have these wooden boards is because these slide on every plate so bad, because plates are usually
Yes.
not straight and they're very slippery. Wooden boards, it's a little safer to eat hot things from, so that's why I have those.
Makes sense.
Works for me.
All right.
This is Espelette. It's pepper from France, a chili pepper.
Okay.
If you like spicy, maybe you try it first without.
Just a
and
touch? Okay.
And be careful, it is
A little crazy.
spicy, but it's...
Am I going to
it
catch on
doesn't-
fire? Or?
No, no, it goes away.
Okay.
It bites you a bit, but it goes away. It's not like the oils that stick in your mouth.
Sorry.
Hot!
I know, I
hot,
caught myself.
hot.
I was too excited about the
Should I
spice.
give you an extra napkin? You have something to hold on to it here?
Yeah.
You're okay? Good.
I'm going to try the side without the fancy
Without it?
spice.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
And then we'll have to try one each. This
Which one are you going to try? Are you trying?
This is our salmon. We'll try them out.
Okay.
Salmon, chicken, and you have the plain. We're missing one. No, you have the
I have the
vegetable. Did
vegetable.
we do a plain? Yes, we did. That's the plain, isn't it? Plain with nothing. So I want to experiment with that a little bit because I have some. You go ahead, please.
Okay.
I have some truffle oil that we're going to put on half of the plain, and you could put that in your cheese sauce if you wanted to. Some people love it, some hate it. I like it, so we'll try it.
So I've never had it. What would you compare it to? Is there anything?
Mushroom. It's a
Oh.
very intense truffle
Okay.
mushroom. You can't compare it to any other flavor because it's so unique,
It's its
but
own.
it is sure intense.
I will say the crumble on top is phenomenal.
Isn't
Love
it?
it. It gives it such a different texture.
The texture.
So
it-
good.
And who doesn't like crispy, crunchy, baked
Yes.
on top, right? So we can just continue eating here. It's too bad you can't taste it by watching. It's so sad. Oh, we had a little extra topper for the veggie one. There we go.
Looks
How pretty
beautiful.
is that? And I promised you salad. I should keep my promises, shouldn't I?
If I get to the salad, look at all the pasta I have to eat.
Well, you're going to have to. You know, you can't get up until you finish your
Finished?
plate. Yeah.
Yes,
that
it's bad
still
manners, isn't
applies.
it?
Yes.
And I'm very well mannered, so I
There
will
you go.
do that.
We'll be spending some time here still. Look at that.
You'll be rolling me out the door. Phenomenal. Really like the veggie one more than I expected. And I'm going to be honest, I asked for this one first because I thought, well, I'll go from my least favorite up to what I hope my
Oh,
favorite is
really?
going to be.
Okay.
But the flavors, perhaps because you had them sauteed before you put them in, right?
It makes a difference.
It really
Oh, yeah.
does.
Yeah,
You can
it
really
sure
taste them throughout.
It sure does make a difference. So because you have to have your veggies, the lettuce is mandatory. This is a red leaf. I like Boston lettuce quite a bit too, with just some radishes and a bit of celery in it. Okay, so let's see. You're trying the vegetable.
I am. And the pepper was nice too.
Good.
Yeah,
Do you want to move on to the next one?
sure.
Did I touch this yet? Yes, I can. I'm going to just swap it out.
Okay.
This is the half with the truffle oil, and the other one is plain.
Got it.
I should try which one? Oh, so hard. Chicken. Chicken.
Try the chicken.
Chicken. Chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have that again.
The truffle oil is a game changer. That's
Very,
a whole new world.
very different, isn't it?
It's very rich. It brings that plate up to a totally different level than mac and cheese starts out as, if
It
you know what I
does.
mean. Because mac and cheese is sort of an all, everybody can do it every day kind of thing.
But-
that makes it something that could be on
Yeah.
a 5-star restaurant menu.
Well, it shows you the sky is the limit. Mac and cheese isn't just macaroni and cheese sauce. It can be anything. It could be leftovers from your fridge. It could be something like a lobster mac and cheese in a cream sauce. It's amazing. Mushrooms sautéed with just a bit of truffle oil. Talking with my mouth full again. Nevertheless, go try some out. Let me know if you come up with new varieties that we may not have tried. And in the meantime, we're going to try to finish our meal.
Oh, we've got lots to do.
We have. Thank you for watching, and I hope you had fun.